A new trailer for the Awakening movie was just released, and I just have to say, I've always been excited for this movie, but this trailer just made me like 10 times more excited than I already was. But quickly, before I get into the analysis for this trailer, I just wanted to announce that I made a new channel. And it's where I'm going to be posting all of my reactions to episodes, and I might even do some reactions to trailers too. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that channel. I'm really excited about it. Oh, and also, I just posted my reaction to that trailer up on that channel, so make sure you guys go check it out. It will be linked in the description. Whew. That was a lot. Okay, anyway, without further ado, let's get into the analysis. So the trailer starts off with the outside of the school, in which we can see Luca talking to Kim, which first off, let me just say, I am so freaking excited that Luca was in this movie. I was honestly scared that he wasn't going to be, so I'm really happy that he's there. I don't know that he's going to really have a big role in this movie, but he's there and that's honestly all I could care about. And also, something that's interesting to me is that in the show, Luca does not go to the same school that Julika does. Why? I don't know. But considering the fact that he's at the school, I think that he does go to this school in this movie. But moving on, we can see Alia sitting on a ledge and then what appears to be Kagami walking up the stairs. Now don't quote me on that because I don't know if it's Kagami, but it looks like she has a red skirt on, which, you know, Kagami wears. But we have still yet to see Kagami actually in the movie, so at this point I still don't know if that is her, and I also don't know if she is in the movie. And then on the right hand side of the school, we can see Nathaniel talking to Ivan, Sabrina talking to Chloe, and then Julika talking to Rose. We then see Marinette in a classroom and she goes to play the flute, and let's just say it was a disaster. Everybody leans away from her and plugs their ears. Nino even like puts his headphones back on, which I thought was really funny. And we see yet another disaster where Marinette was probably trying to do some kind of like chemistry thing, and it ends up exploding, to which Alia seems really intrigued by, which I absolutely love. She's like her little hype man. We see Marinette in the library and she turns to peek through some books, and there she sees Mr. Adrian Agreste. He seems to be going to sit down to read. Adrian does end up seeing her peeking through the books, and he gives her like the cutest smile ever. We then see a little clip of Alia and she's talking to Marinette about Adrian. She even made a little heart with her hands. Marinette is leaning on this little like bookshelf thingy, I don't know. But she ends up falling, you know, as she does, which catches Adrian's attention and he ends up turning around, and we don't ever see him help her up, but I'm pretty sure he does. Now this is just like speculation on my part. I don't know if this is true, but I think that the whole library thing is the first time that Marinette ever met Adrian, and then right after she meets him, she like runs up to Alia and tells her about him. Then we see a sequence of Marinette getting her Miraculous, which is actually something that we've seen in the other trailer that we got. But what I want to talk about is the fact that Tiki like goes into her and then she starts transforming, which is a little weird because she still has the Miraculous. So at this point I have no clue what the earrings are for then, but anyway. We see Ladybug swing into Cat Noir, which once again is another thing that we've seen in one of the other trailers. He says something to Ladybug and Ladybug seems kind of like mad about it, and he just like walks off. It's definitely reminding me of season 1 through 3 Cat Noir, and I'm so happy about that. I think what my favorite thing about this is though is the fact of like just how different Adrian is from Cat Noir. But moving on, we see some clips of Hawkmoth and then some new villains, and then Ladybug and Cat Noir back in, I think it might be some kind of like chapel or church. But we see a dragon, I think, or I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not a dragon, but we see something that has wings that comes up from behind them, but like outside of the church or chapel or whatever it is. And then we see Master Fu, which makes me so happy because the last few trailers we've gotten, there hasn't been a Master Fu in it. So I kind of thought that maybe he didn't exist in this movie, but clearly he does, and that makes me so happy because I just miss him so much. Next is of Ladybug and Cat Noir kind of just failing as being superheroes. And then we just have this scene. His run. I love him so much. Then we see a scene where the dragon or whatever it is flies out of the building and goes into water and Cat Noir is still on top of it. Ladybug had her yo-yo wrapped around it, so she's kind of being dragged along. And we have the iconic Cat Noir holding up his thumb out of the water scene. Then we see some more clips of Lady Noir fighting, but they're a lot better at it this time. We even see them do a pound it, which just makes me so happy. And then we get to my absolute favorite part of this whole entire trailer. Adrien and Marinette are sitting on a blanket, and Tiki, being Tiki, pushes Marinette's hand into Adrien's hand. I honestly love her so much, and they both turn to each other and Marinette just kind of giggles and Adrien just looks a little shocked. Marinette enters the ball and I just have a few things to say about this. First of all, her dress is gorgeous. Second of all, we can also see Alex, Ivan, Milen, Nathaniel, and Luca yet again, and then also on the other side we see Julika, so I'm guessing who she's facing is probably Rose. But I think what's my favorite about this is the fact that everyone's dress seems very, very simple, and then you just have Marinette's over here that is very intricate. Not complaining though, I love it, I just thought it was a little funny. And then we get to my second favorite part of this trailer. Cat Noir reaches out his hand and Ladybug grabs it and he pulls her up to this moon thing and then it just floats up and I'm so excited for the scene. And then we just have a scene where this happens and I just have to say I am in love with the way that they're looking at each other. The next few clips are yet again Lady Noir fighting some more villains, and then we also see Cat Noir on top of a rooftop and it looks like he's singing, which is actually a part of a picture spoiler that we got. I don't even remember when it was, but it was a while ago. And then it's back to some more Lady Noir fighting, new Hawkmoth scenes, just everything like that. And then the very, very last thing that we see in this trailer is Tom and Sabine driving. Tom actually has a cake and they are saying something about Marinette. I don't know what because there is no subtitles, but then there comes Ladybug just flying right across their car. And of course that is the end of the trailer. And here's kind of my theories so far. I don't have much, but what I will say is that I think all of the scenes that we've gotten of Ladybug and Cat Noir where it's at night, so like them talking to each other at the beginning, them fighting that dragon looking thingy, them kind of failing at being superheroes, and Cat Noir singing is all a part of the first night that they meet. So like the first part of the movie is Marinette going to school, and then it goes to her getting her Miraculous, and then she ends up meeting Cat Noir, and they just talk for a minute. That's where the dragon thingy comes in, and they start fighting it, and they're not doing the best as superheroes, but they are still able to defeat it, and then they end up separating, and like Marinette ends up going home, but Adrien stays behind, and that's where this picture and this little clip comes in, because I think those two scenes are both a part of a love song that he sings to Ladybug, and when he sings it is like right after he met her on that first night. As for the rest of the movie, I'm not sure, but that's kind of my theories for how the beginning of the movie is going to go, and I am so excited.